Okay, this is the January 27th Finance Committee meeting. It is 6:50. Starting the meeting with roll call. This is Steve Miller. Go around, state your name.
Julia Olafson.
Brett Cooper.
Jennifer Leon.
Rob Early.
And those are the committee members and Kathy Haynes. Okay, since we're still learning the new system, I don't have the agenda out there. The agenda that I have in place for tonight's meeting is there's a request to cover the Maple Springs Swimming Association tax exemption request. We'd like to get a quick update on the budget status. There was a request to take a look at the behavioral specialist, adding that, and then reviewing the treasury package and any new business. So if we start off with the request for Maple Springs, I put a handout in front of some of you that Austin Peterson has provided to talk to the Maple Springs Swimming Association tax request.
I attempted to print it out at home, and my printer gave me half the page. So I did email everyone at the table if you didn't get the handout. I'm here as a representative of Maple Springs Swimming Association, right next door to our driveway here. We've been part of the community for over 60 years, and like many pools, we're struggling to, in essence, stay viable. So over the course of the last 5 years, we've been really working to, and basically broke even all of the last 5 years prior to this year. And we've been looking to work things a different way, get more people in the pool, and in essence, remain open. Part of that is we went through the process, and in October we received our 501c3 status. The IRS awarded that to us, if I don't know what any of your experiences are with the Maple Springs Pool, but if you went back to the 80s or 90s, it was almost like a private club where you had to own stock to join the pool and so forth. You no longer have to own stock, you no longer have to become bonded, anything like that. We welcome in a wide variety of community groups, church groups. Some of the groups from the school utilize the pool. Some of the access we provide is completely free. Some of the other access we drastically discount. I could go through the long list. I provided it there for you. Our first step in the process was becoming a 501c3. That allows us to receive charitable donations that would be a tax write-off for whoever would be giving us that donation. But the second part of that was the hope to realize some cost savings. And the biggest part of that cost savings is if we would be exempt from our property taxes. Back in 2015, I met with some representatives from AMNI-AC, and I believe in the early 20-teens, they went through a similar process, and they became tax exempt. It kind of got put on the back burner as we were, in a triage type situation. But now we were able to bring this forward. We contacted the solicitor for the county tax board, and he suggested approaching the local taxing agencies and getting your blessing to take to them when we're on their agenda, and he said it just streamlines everything, that they know if they give it the green light, you wouldn't be coming in after the fact saying, wait, hold on a second. We have a $70,000 a year budget, okay, and $12,000 of that is property taxes. So it's almost 20% of our budget. What we hope to do is we do have a lien on the property, and we're hoping to take, if we realize that $12,000 in savings, set about $6,000 aside for capital reserves, that if something breaks or something needs repaired, we would have that, and then use the other $6,000 to pay off the debt. So I'm basically here asking, would you be willing to provide a letter that we could take with us to the Berks County assessment and the assessment board and get that blessing. We have spoken with Nelson Ott from Union Township, and they indicated that they didn't see any issue providing us a similar letter from the Union Township. If there's there's any questions, I field anything along those lines.
You said that Amity AC is already tax exempt? You're not sure?
The lady I met with had a French last name.
Okay.
I told her daughter in class, I can't remember it. And we met with her, and she basically said, yes, we went through this process, and if they take their property as a whole, they were able to go through this, and she said that she spoke with Andrew Basil at the time, and Andrew Basil had, I believe he was probably the board president when they went through the process, and he took care of it from this end of things. That's to the best of my knowledge.
Okay.
That was 5 years ago.
Okay.
One thing I will say, I don't know about Amity, but when I was on the board of the Boone Area Library, which serves the Danny Boone community, we didn't pay any taxes to the borough or to the school district for the building that we owned.
I mean, even if we get this exempt status, it's not like all our problems are solved forever.
Public
Quite
pools
frankly,
are-
the alternatives are, like, this gives us a fighting chance. Otherwise, the municipal authority could call the loan, and they could take the property. We could end up going default, and then no one's paying taxes on it anyway. I'm not trying to be doom and gloom or try to leverage anything here, but it really is just going to give us a fighting chance.
Okay. I'm in favor of it.
I am too.
Okay.
Okay. Would you need me to provide one formal letterhead requesting this, or what process should I go with from here?
Yeah, I think if you could do that, bring it forward, and we'll have to take it forward to the full board and vote on it, of course. I mean, the committee will recommend.
Okay, so I'll get it to you in time for the committee of the whole agenda for next month.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we can go from there.
That'd be
Yeah.
great.
Well, thank you guys for your time. I really appreciate it. And thank you.
All right.
It's going to give us a fighting chance.
All right. Sure. Thank you. All right. Let's see. The next item on the agenda is just get a quick budget status update as to where we are.
As far as,
I think it's. I mean, you have the numbers for today that we're
we
voting
have
on.
the
Yep.
numbers for today's voting meeting, it's
Right.
just a PDE format. I sent it out Saturday night or Sunday morning. Scott posted it up there for you all to see.
Yep.
It's just in the state format, this is just a preliminary, nothing's changed from when I presented the other day.
Okay.
But you'll see changes come about in February.
Sure. Yep. Yeah, we're continuing with the process. We'll have another budget workshop in February. The
Absolutely.
process continues. Okay? And the next item on the agenda is a request for a behavioral specialist. If you want to address that.
Just to reevaluate that situation since we saw that there was kind of some behavioral issues going on, and I know that they have given us some of the numbers, but just trying to look at it and seeing if we need more support for those teachers and the administration. Do we need more hours? Do we need another behavior specialist? What do we need to help the classrooms be effective to the students?
Okay. Is that something that you would look into, Dr. Cooper?
Yeah, we can take a look at and see what we currently, I'm not sure if Rob has any information off the top of his head, but I mean, we do have so many hours of contracted service.
Yeah, I can give you a little bit of color to it. We contract out for our behavioral specialists. Currently, we get about 100 hours of service from that. Shelley is anticipating a little more from that particular thing for next year. But we're still obviously looking at things based upon our data and things of that nature.
Okay. All right. Any other questions or comments on? Yeah, well then,
Well, I guess my question is, would the board like some more specific information on some type of a needs analysis
I thought
for those hours?
I thought you were saying that that's what Shelley was doing. Maybe that's not formally what she was doing.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's looking at this.
Yeah, whether,
Yeah, I guess we
whether
just
the
have-
100 hours that we're getting
Exactly.
or a little plus, 100 plus is adequate for our needs,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I guess I heard that it sounded like we needed more, so maybe having
Yeah.
an estimate or
And
more
Shelley's
formal
very
analysis.
conservative financially just because of where we've been
Got
at
it.
this district. So, but she's taking a look at this again for us.
Okay. So could we expect some
Next finance
idea by the
meeting?
next
Yeah.
finance
Next
meeting?
finance meeting.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just want to make sure that our
understand.
we're meeting the teachers' needs too, because
Yep.
that's, I think, for them, it's affecting the students, within their education as well, so.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. And if we want to move on to the Treasury package review and the documentation that Kathleen provided?
On the front page of the pile, I have this sheet right here.
Yep.
This is just what Mr. Miller has requested. This is something
Can I
that
get a
was handed
package?
out in the past, but we made sure they updated it to make sure to show you what the budgeted expense is versus the actual expense, the budgeted revenue versus the budgeted revenue, and the variances that we've done since 2008. It just shows you what we've done, and it shows the fund balance where we ended up each year. Okay? So if anybody has any questions on that, I can.
I guess just taking a quick look at it, the fund balance that was projected at the beginning when we did the budget versus the actual, is that on here?
For 1819?
No, for every year. It's just what we anticipated the fund balance to be when we did the budget.
Those are all forecasted numbers. I mean, I could give you budget versus actual, but as far as a forecast is concerned, I don't have that information from prior people.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm not so sure if it was forecast, but when we finalized the budget, we would have had an anticipated fund balance. And then when the year ended, we would have had a fund balance.
And those are forecasted numbers, and like Lauren had his
Okay,
own
okay.
way of forecasting.
Okay.
I
All
would
right.
give him numbers on expenditures,
yeah.
but as far as some of the revenue, he worked on, there's certain
Okay.
pieces we work on. I can't go back and
Okay. If there's some way we could get, because that's something that seemed to fluctuated widely and raised some concerns.
I understand. I have to remember some of the conversations.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll
Right.
look through, like I have his computer, so I'll go through and I'll see what I can.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, if at a minimum, if we could track that going forward, it would be good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, we will track them going forward.
Okay.
One of the things I think is important to remember too is, remember when the auditors were here 2 months ago, indicated a target range of 5 to 8% for the fund balance. And that allows the district to be able to make sure to payroll, that if something unforeseen comes up, where state funding is late, so on and so forth, we want to have to borrow money and then be charged interest on top of that. So
Yep.
the recommendation is that 5 to 8%.
Yeah.
You notice that I have the percentage column right by the other side.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Really dipped way down.
I know some previous boards just wanted that to get close to zero.
And it's difficult because
Yeah.
we don't want to go into
No.
a borrowing situation.
No, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So I think right now, if you look at that for 1819, we're at a that's a good, we're on track for
Yep.
a really good fund balance.
Yeah. That's 5 to 8% is.
Maintaining that is
11 years we
Yep. Okay. Good.
all right, and this is just going to be an overview of the treasury package.
Okay.
The first packet of information, this is what you see when you have it printed on Word docs. But I want to kind of go through it. I want to make sure it's everything you want to see. I have certain criteria, and it's here. This is exactly what I'm supposed to send you for our policies.
Okay.
So the first sheet is a highlight for the month. Now, you're always seeing the month prior when you go in, when we're in January, you'll see December. But in here, I like to say like the total receipts. The total receipts that you're seeing on there are for truly the month of December. Other reports that you're going to have, like the payable, like the total disbursements, the disbursement packet, which is also in your package of information, is the accounts payable report. This accounts payable report is going to have a different number than what I put on here. I go back through and show you truly what I have spent within the month. She is actually showing you the expenditures from 12/12 to 1/17, because you all have to approve accounts payable as we go, right up to the date of the meeting.
Okay.
So So on here, I'll put like, I might even put, this is just like a broad overview. This is a good sheet to look at and see what I'm doing during the month. You have your total revenues. It shows in comparison year to year. Like total revenues are 4.6 higher compared to last year. That could be anything from the tax rate increase, of course, they're going to be a little bit higher, or we're actually doing better with collections. But if you see down at the very last line, it says total percentage of tax collection is 0.01% lower as compared. So, all right, so we have A and B. I have we received 76.8% of the revenue as compared to that budget, and expended 51.4% compared. That directly relates to page 2 in that document, which looks like this, and it's just pulling the exact percentages how I have everything calculated. This page right here is by what's called object codes. Object codes are your expense categories. You have function, which determines special ed from regular ed, instructional 1100, special ed will be your 1200, you have business office 2511, you have different categories like that. That's called your function, those are your departments. This report specifically is by object. It's going to combine everything. It's going to tell you where your salaries are, your benefits, your purchase, your professional technical, your purchase services, so on and so forth down the line.
Okay.
All right. The next item in this package is the balance sheet. This is strictly everything that's hanging out on the balance sheet. Your cash numbers. It's going to have your receivable numbers, your liabilities for payroll that might be outstanding, accrued medical insurance, all that kind of stuff that we have on there. It also gives you at the bottom where the encumbrances sit, non-spendable fund balance, which is typically about 193. I mean, that's stuff that was prepaid. You can't touch it. Committed fund balance. You have an assigned fund balance, and you have unassigned fund balance. Now, this is distorted. It says we have an unassigned fund balance of 21 million at this point. But if you notice, if you go back on your report, we've collected 76% of our revenue stream. I've only spent 51%. That's the reason the fund balance looks the way it is. So this is just a monthly kind of snapshot where we are as of 12/31. We'll take that into consideration when you're looking at the numbers. And this goes by fund. Your first fund is always going to be, it's going to go sequential. It's Fund 10 is the general fund, and that's the one we always approve the budget. That's the base of your general fund budget. You have the next fund, which is Fund 29, which is an athletic fund later. This disappears as of 6/30. This is money that has to be spent now. We go to Fund 32. That's going to be your capital. That just shows where the money we have sitting there for all the projects, the turf, all that kind of stuff. Fund 51 is food services. Fund 81 is student activity. Fund 82 is the special designated fund. This is where we can't really come up with a place to put it. They wrap Fund 82 into the general fund for reporting purposes. So when you look at the fund balances that I sent you in here, it includes that Fund 29 and 82 because we're not Fund 82 because these are actual refunds or collections that they've taken up. Like the high school has something in there like a Sunshine Club for whatever purposes they have. But it's very minuscule. There's only about $8,000 in there. 83, I moved everything on the system. Those are all your scholarship funds. Stop me if you have any questions. Now, the next sheet, which is called your revenue summary report, which is this one. This is by function. It's by category. So your revenue is going to be like your transfer tax, your penalties. It's going to start with your 6,000 series. The 6,000 series is all your local revenue. It's got to do with all the tax collection, anything to do with taxes per capita, discounts, penalties, you name it, is in that first section. Then you go right in, and of course the admissions for your sports, any kind of things that we collect on that. Your interest revenue is going to be in your student parking passes, They have in there, they have the federal receipts from the IU because we do a pay through. Our IDA funding, which is a federal funding, actually comes through the IU, so it's category up in that area. That's where it's like 600,000. Then you go into your state funding, which is the basic ed funding all the way down until the federal. And then there's federal funding in the 8,000. So you have your access, your Title I, Title II, Title IV, those type of funds. Alright. Now, the next category is what's called an expense summary report. That again is by function. So you're going to see like management services, school, athletics. So and it's always broken out by your fund. So you're going to see everything, every fund, and what's going on. But again, we typically just vote on 10. The rest of the stuff, like 51, is a food service fund. So they're kind of, this should be self-sustaining, in which they are. We just got the audit review that they made 30,000 additional.
Okay.
I've also been, just as a side note, I've been tracking the expenses for the new school funding, you know, where we pay all of the fees online. There was that, what's it called? Scott was here. But we voted last year to do that, and the
Right.
school district pays the fees.
Right, that's right.
I'll be able to update that at the end of the year and tell you how much we pay for fees, because we have completely separated that out, because I saw a lot of fees.
Yeah.
So I want you guys to be able to see what it is that we're voting on, to make sure that you understand what the impact is on the
Okay.
product.
Good. And we can also see how much was spent this year versus last year.
I want
Good
to
see how much more was
how
used.
much
Yeah.
detail we
Right.
can get to see that.
Okay. Because the reason that we did that is to encourage use, and then it takes away the back office costs. So. Right.
Okay, so that was your revenue summary and your expense summary. That'll break it down by function. Like I said,
Good.
the rest of these going forward is the balance sheet, because I am required to show you a beginning balance in your activity type fees, show you what we've withdrawn from the account and the deposits that have happened, and it's got to look like that in that format.
Okay.
The only thing is that I can't get the deposits to be negative. I've tried everything with Skyward, so just bear with it. The deposits are supposed to be negative to add to the balance. The adding happens. It actually adds across. It's just I can't get the negative in there, bother to it. Anyway, the 81 is the student activity again, and then you go right into your 82, which is the 29, 82, which is the special designation. You have your 29, which is the one that's that's just a sports fundraising account. That's not supposed to be under the district window. So what we've done is we've had them spend that money down by 6:30. You won't after 6:30 that money will be all gone, and we won't have 29 of that.
Where is that?
It's in the back where the board reports are, and it looks like this.
There's 81, 83, 29, and 52.
Right. Document.
Good part of it. No,
The copies are kind of older.
yeah, no, it works.
But these are all the same report, it's just the different ones.
Okay.
It just gives you an idea of where the beginning balance was, what we've withdrawn, and what we deposited.
For the year, or for
The month. This is all monthly reports.
Okay.
All right, and then the next part of the package is the property tax collection report, which looks like this. All right, and it's halfway through the report that started like
So we're
that.
on this one, but
Okay.
it's all the way at the end.
Oh,
They
okay.
come in
I looked at
sections,
yeah,
the
yeah,
packets come in seconds. They've been stapled, you can have them in any order you want, but this is just how we always
There you go.
done it. So this is how it looks. So at the end of that is the property tax collection. And if you notice, you have a 3-year run. It's going to show you what we looked like at each time. It's going to show, and this is where I get my percentage from that front sheet where I told you that we're 0.01 less
Yep.
in collection is that full straight from here. Because
I think they're down, 2017, 18, 2018, 19, there wasn't a decrease in the amount collected was higher, percentage was higher, it'd be down.
percentage of the total.
92% was collected versus 98.2 versus 98.1. But it's a lower number. So that's the state allocation.
Yeah, see the application up here, the total assessment is at the top.
I got you.
So your assessment number is gonna change. It's not a true apples to apples. I mean, if we were every year collecting $2 million, it'd be one thing, but our assessment changes every year.
Sure. Yep.
But it does give you as a basis of percentage, just to kind of look at what we've collected. And our collections really aren't ever that bad.
No.
We've been doing, considering everything, I think we do really well in collections. So that goes through and just shows you all the different, the homestead exclusion, and she goes back many years with that. I don't know if you really want to see that many. We cut it down to the front page with the 3. I don't know how necessary, you want to go back 10 years if you do?
No.
Or if you just want the first 3, we can cut it where you're not seeing so many pages.
I
The
think
information's there, it's just,
3 is probably sufficient to look at it. Yeah, and it looks like as far as collections, January is basically the last month that we collect anything.
yes,
Yeah.
so far.
Yeah, well, in past years. Or is it, oh, no.
She does the
Oh,
comparison.
I got you.
She keeps it
Okay.
at a comparison.
Oh,
And then she'll update it.
all right. It's just a little odd. January's blank compared to last year.
Again, this can be modified however you want to see it. This is just,
Okay.
again, how we've always done it.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessary that we need to do it going
Okay.
forward, or we need that much data.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to vote.
I
Okay.
mean, at any time you can ask for the data, so maybe having the first,
Yeah, and then if we need to-
year-to-year comparison,
Yeah, I think, the first 3,
the first page is
the first
fine.
page is good, and then we have, if we need to drill into something, you have
Then
the
we
data.
have it.
Yep.
Because she keeps all these
Yep.
records.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I'd like to digest some of this and come up with some thoughts for,
Absolutely,
Move
that's what
forward.
this is just a, this isn't someone's gotta make some recommendations tonight. This is, I'm showing you what everything is, and then you come back and you tell me what you wanna see,
good.
okay?
Yep.
The next page looks like this one. It looks like a piece of hair was on the top of it, sorry about that.
Yep.
This one right here is all of your fund, your investment accounts, all the money sitting out there at this point in time as of 12/31. All the reconciled banks accounts, and then we have the Pliget. Pliget was an account that I used because the new funding, we had new investment policy that you all approved about a year, maybe a year ago or so, because they were the only one offering that, but DISC came in and offered me the same rate. So DISC is right around the corner.
Mhm.
So I put most of our money into DISC to earn a lot of interest that way. I don't have to go through, there's a lot more stuff you have to go through when you got Pliget, which is across the state, and I have to call, and you have to do this, and a wire to the ACH, where I can just go right down to the local bank and have the money where I'm earning the same interest.
Okay.
So that's all your investment, there's your Tompkins, this is the money, that's our investment account at Tompkins List, the 24 million. And the final page is what's called our budget transfers. Budget transfers by law, we can't do any, by the state regulations, whatever, the budget, we're not allowed to do any budget transfers until October 1st. During the budget process this year, because we've been fixing, trying to get things in the right spots, the right categories, the right buckets that it's supposed to be in, there has been a lot of budget transfers. This, I feel, is very excessive, but that's just the nature of where our budget was. I think this year, we're even closer than we've ever been, as far as when I uploaded the PDE 2028, when we put the information in the bucket that it's supposed to be in, you're gonna see less and less of this. A lot of it's special ed because of the tuition.
Mhm.
you'll probably still see tuition going forward because I can put the buckets of special ed out there, assuming one thing, and then you have 3 move-ins or 3 people leaving that don't need that kind of tuition, then I'll have to budget transfer between the accounts, the objects.
Just a question on this, just for the first line item. We transferred 138,000 out of that special ed account.
Yeah.
Is there, where did that go to? Is it?
It probably went along several different accounts.
Okay.
Would the 500 at the end indicate where it went?
Yeah, because it was the reallocate the special ed for access secondary. So
Okay.
she moved 138,000 out of that account, and it was probably made up of the other, like the 569, the 90 reallocates funds for access. I can see the items down here. See the access secondary, there's 63,000 there. There's another one, access secondary, 75,000 there. The same description, you can tell that they're all part of the same thing. See this access secondary, 63,000, access secondary, 75,000.
Is there any way we could sort this that you would
I
have?
can sort it any way you want. I can sort it by batch number, if that makes it easier for you to see.
Yeah, I think whatever the 138,000, or if the buckets that it was being transferred to, if that was right underneath it, it would make it a lot easier to read.
Yeah, because that right there, the 75 and the 63 is 138,000. However,
Yep.
you know, I'll make sure it's sorted so it's in the batch sheet.
That'd be good.
And they were told during the budget process to make sure that they're putting their money in the right category. The only thing you're going to probably see going forward, I don't think we can actually eliminate that with special ed, not with tuition.
Okay.
Because that's a hard one to pin down when you don't know what's coming in or coming out.
Sure. Okay.
And then, of course, the accounts payable is what it is. It's accounts payable. This is what you're going to be approving tonight. And it has all, it should have everything in here. All the funds. And whatever bank account you paid it on. So you see the payroll is 2.8, general fund is 2.1. This is what you're approving tonight, and the details behind it. And there has been, I think Dave Radka was one that wanted the Amazon. They were making sure all the descriptions are here, so you should be able to go through it.
Look, he's not here.
No, but we have the descriptions.
Detail, you don't have to have it.
Yeah, no, it will be good.
The detail's very important.
Yep.
And I just want, and Dave Radka was the one that
No, I
suggested
know.
that for the Amazon, so I know that it's hard to see Amazon on there, but we know that was the purpose of the credit card, was to try to get our best bang for our buck. So
Okay.
it's cheaper on Amazon. It's
Yeah,
really well.
sure. Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
So digest, make suggestions, I'm more than happy to change whatever you want me to change.
Okay.
I gotta keep a standard, but when we
Sure.
off the cuff, we'll do the tax, I'll cut it back to one sheet.
One sheet, and you sort the budget
And the
transfers.
budget transfer.
Yep. Okay.
So anything else, just let me know.
Will do. All right. Thank you. Okay. Any other new items or walk-in items for the finance committee meeting?
No, good.
No. Okay. Well, with that, we will end the January finance meeting at 7:22.